Now instead, here they are, down a game, both of them, and we'll see what happens. Gonna be on Inferno, and already Quick has picked up 1 kill there against Lovey.
Yes, and that was instant. This was the side of Inferno that Flash really struggled on against G2. Obviously looking much better on the T side. They've now lost the A bomb site. It's going to have to be a 4-on-5 retake attempt, and there's currently a smoke in the choke point. So it's not looking the most likely of scenarios. Karsa's going to be flanking around brackets. He's going to have a big job to do. Waterfalls watching for the flank into halls.
It's very difficult to try and wrap this bomb site. Once the bomb's down for a while, as it has been now, Karsa's certainly trying. Summer's going to take down Waterfalls, and now Jimka coming up from behind, looking for the opening, but missing a lot of shots. Gets the headshot eventually. Now it's Attacker and Casey left trying to get onto the bomb site. Attacker gets 1 headshot. It's down 1 versus 1, trying for it, but he gets down instead. And it will be Qualifier picking up the early round here. Bit of a tension at the end there.
I was going to say, that got way closer than I expected. Jimka just barely pulling it off. He's going to go for the AK purchase, but it's such a tough scenario to be in when you have to retake and you haven't had any damage dealt to the opponents of the terrorists as they've made their way into that site in the post plant. But still, they almost make it work, and there's going to be 4 SMGs bought up by Qualifier.
Yeah, and just for reference, that's Jimka, Valina, and Boomich.
Boomich and Kavik is Quick.
Yeah. So laugh us on social media if we got all that wrong, but you know, we're really doing the best that we can.
I believe I was told yesterday that Kaze is actually Kaze or something like that.
I think the desk just said Casey.
Casey?
Casey?
Okay.
I don't know. It's very tricky. But yeah, we'll do the best that we can. Message us an update if we're getting it all wrong. Quick trade early on there. It's Jimka for Summer. And that was going to leave it in a 4 versus 4. Although a lot of damage here to QB5, which is very worrisome. I feel like Inferno is one of those maps where you can't take it for granted that you're going to get that second round.
Yeah.
You need to use the utility. Molotov, close range, make sure they don't hide in the corners and all that stuff. You
essentially have to treat it as a gun round. And the tough part is, with this damage, that makes these CZs even more dangerous. It's going to be Karsa and KZ over towards the B bomb site. Just a pretty standard crossfire, but there's a nice shot with the Deagle. That might have been right through the smoke.
Molotov all the way into dark. There's Karsa again, picking up 1 kill on Waterfalls. Now, a lot of trouble here. Valina and Boomich trying to fall back into the middle. Lovey goes down, so now they at least have a straight run to the A-bomb site. They're going to get the bomb plant down. That's certainly going to help. That
awareness to check that spot as you're just running by, as you're trying to get to the A site as quick as possible, that might have just saved the round. It's a post-plant scenario. They're going to have good positions. They have Boomich in the pit with an AK-47, able to use that range, and there's only been 1 SMG picked up by Karsa. The other 2 are pistols, and Boomich is just waiting for someone to come around the corner, and here it is.
Such a versatile position, that one. Up on the bicycle down there, he's still going to go down and tackle way too accurate. And they're going to have time for the defuse as well. So huge turnaround for Flash Gaming very early on, showing the power of the C-75. It's made such a big return in Counter-Strike now.
It really has, hasn't it? And it's bringing back nightmares, I would imagine. PTSD for a lot of players, a lot of viewers as well. It can be such a tough gun to stop because of how good it is in terms of its rate of fire, in terms of its mobility. And this is, yeah, this is just a timing.
Yes.
And well, that's what happens when you peek KZ with the Deagle. The Juan Deagle.
Definitely a very good job. You have to appreciate that. Qualifier, though, losing the round. Not going to be completely deterred, though. Going to continue the buy here. Triple AK, C-set 75, and the UMP on Jimka. So maybe they can still get something done. I don't mind this. I mean, it's a 1-on-1 at the end there. Or 1-on-2, I guess. But still, not much money on Flash.
Still going to make a go for it, and getting tagged through the smoke is Waterfalls. He's just trying to push up mid. This looks like a contact play. That smoke comes out just in time. I thought maybe they might try and peek right in front of it, but Boomich kind of gives it up. Kaze coming right behind the smoke. And really, Qualifier has nowhere else to go. This can be so tough. Summer out here to the left. Is he going to look for it? Not even aware that it's a possibility. There's the Bombus, 2 kills. Going for more, and he gets taken down eventually, but the damage is done, and they've denied the map control as well.
Pushing through the smoke is almost always a bad idea, but they really almost get the kill. Karsa just falling back behind corner there. He almost took down Waterfall, so bit of an interesting fight going on. 50 seconds still on the clock, but it looks like they're grouping up all outside of B. Lovey's in a strange position over on A. He can't really do much from inside that bomb site, whereas Attacker can go and help out here. So let's see if they get the info quick enough to flashbang in to take the peek. Kaze, oh, KZ almost going down. Now they're in trouble.
That's an awkward peek, and the UMP still alive. So much damage. Waterfalls and Galena are kind of made passive. That peek didn't need to happen. Thankfully, Attacker's here, though. And quick, this better be a stellar shot, and it is. It's now down to KZ, and he can do nothing. Somehow, Qualifier has turned this around. Lovey's in a 1-on-2. Low HP players, but he's got to find him, and he's going to start losing track of where each player could be. In fact, he has no clue there's one in Banana.
Molotov to clear out one corner. That just leaves the other 10 on this bomb site. So still so much work to do, and you need to move a lot quicker than this. There's going to be a couple of taps at least where you have to fake them out, and even then, you're going to take the fight with them anyway. They're going to peek from both angles. There's one kill, but the other one's still waiting. And now he's almost out of time. Just going to hold it down. Waterfalls goes for the peek and shoots him right in the back. And Qualifier win the round right back again. So great investment for them.
Yeah, poor fight selection in that B bomb site from Flash. They had the 3 players there. That peek from Quad is the one that really does it. They kind of have a triangle set up. They're just fighting in the wrong location. They're peeking before they've really lured Qualifier into that perfect choke point with which to fight right at basically the stairs into the B bomb site. They're allowing them to stay at that headshot angle and peeking into it. Tough, especially considering we saw a lot of really cool discipline and patience out of Flash yesterday in some post-plant scenarios. This time it's not working out.
No, not the same level early on. Maybe they can change it around. They've bought some smokes here, which is interesting. This is actually a kind of buy I would expect out of a European team. Just again to put a little bit of pressure on it. That shows me that they've learned the map quite a bit. Summer with a great headshot, but can't get back in time.
No idea that Quick was there. Jimka, sorry, was there. Yeah, these smokes on these rounds and these force buys or half buys are kind of popularized. Obviously, Astralis is the big name that comes to mind that does it to really stall out the attack as much as possible. They make it look pretty. Flash has bled a couple players away, although still some damage being done, so still some danger. Attackers alone at the B bomb site for the moment. KZ could get some really, really critical kills and at least critical information here. He's getting aggressive, and he might be able to find one. Hasn't peeked out, but Attacker, he's going to have the first pressure. There it is. There's one. Can't follow up on the second.
Such a shame. He really heard them running, but just couldn't really capitalize on it. And eventually, Lovey will go down. Will be a 3rd round here for Qualifier.
Just to add some difficulty to it, Anders.
Yes.
Our friend Bleh has informed me that it is Lovey YY. Or Love YY, sorry.
Really?
Yep.
Could it be a troll?
It could be a troll.
I really like Blair, but I feel like Love YY, it's that's going to be really hard to say in a sentence, you know, especially if you're in a hurry.
Yeah. I vote on Lovey.
Yeah. Lovely, Lovey. Yeah, well, we'll do our best. Maybe we'll update it as we go along. Well, Summer with another headshot of the Deagle. He was very impressive on Flash Gaming. Actually, I think he outperformed yesterday even Attacker that most people had their eyes on as the most recognizable name. So, want to see more out of him, definitely. And they've got the stack over at the B-bomb site. Go in front of the one, and could have maybe worked out, but Boomwich is there to take him down. Good job on him, and now they just need to sort of settle down here, Qualifier. They've got everything going for them.
They're being lured into a trap at the moment. That's going to be the one thing they don't have going for them. But there's still a fight in Fountain. Karsa's somehow going to win that. KZ's going to come through the smoke. Where's the timing? How good is it? Unfortunately, gets taken down, and everyone peeked again. The Molotov forcing one player out, so no fault of his. And it's Love YY left all alone in the A-holes.
Looking for love, maybe?
There's something there.
I don't know what to. I didn't really put much effort into that one.
It's a bit rough around the edges. We can work on it.
Yeah, we'll get it fixed along the way.
Killed by love, beaten by love.
Ooh. Bring out all those themes.
Yeah.
It could get dark pretty quick, Moses. Let's not go there. He's instead managed to make his way into the middle, and exit kills are always a fabulous thing. If you can pick up an AK somewhere, that's going to be even better. Right now, though, it looks like Qualifier have got a pretty good handle on the early beginning here on the T side, which is comforting to see. I mean, I'm interested to see when Summer is going to go and pick up that AWP, I believe. That could change things.
Also, I think we have to keep it measured through this first half as well, because Qualifier could go on a streak here and actually make this look a little ugly early on. But if Flash, I mean, their T side was so good yesterday against G2. you have to feel like as long as they don't just get completely washed out of this first half, they're going to have a shot going into the second one with the way they looked yesterday.
Actually looks like they're going to have Casey doing the AWP for a man. Did I misremember? Wasn't it summer yesterday? I feel like he did at least some of the rounds.
You're crazy if you think my memory lasts 24 hours. That's a good opening shot from KZ, though. Right down to the stairs. Waterfall's going for the peak and gets punished.
Very impressive. I feel like that fight in particular almost never favors the CT side. I feel like it's so hard to do, and always the guy on the team ramp is going to have a better shot.
I feel like the Waterfalls was taking a really shallow angle and didn't, and I mean, KZ actually beat him to the angle for that kill, which is doesn't usually happen, which is why it might seem that way. Bomb still back towards T-spawn. Jimco's going to try and pick that up likely. Boomich has actually jumped out, and he's going to get taken down by Attacker immediately. Quick and Valina and Jimco actually are all up mid, but like I said, they don't have the bomb, so this is a bit futile.
And now Summer is starting to wrap in behind them at the bottom of Banana, so this is going to get much worse before it gets better. Now they've lost Quick as well. Valina goes down to Summer, not much working out here, actually missing the flick, and the no-scope is going to hit at least. Jimco making that one work. He's on 10 health and just trying to make a run for it here. So Flash Gaming, this is kind of important, you know, if you've been down a couple of rounds and losing 4 in a row like that, or 3 in a row, I guess, when you win your first round, you kind of do want it to be with like 4 members, 4 or 5 alive. Like, that really makes a big difference.
Absolutely, it's huge. And you'd hope as well, because there was plenty of time on the clock. Flash, they obviously didn't know the bomb was dropped so far back, so they're just keeping it honest. And they do eliminate him at the end. I think Summer actually went for a knife go there. He was trying to get some style points.
I have to respect that.
Yeah, you really do. Instead, he took a bullet to his chest, but it's not about the ending, it's about the journey, right?
I mean, yes, I've got to agree. even if the end was just absolute death. It is eventually Moses. We got dark anyway.
Yeah, we went there. Didn't even have to bring up love.
No, there it is. 7th round is going to be coming up now, and so far leading the board is Summer and Valina. So we'll see if that's going to continue. I like this aggression running down the middle. Very ballsy play coming out. Attacker is going to take down Quick. Valina looking for the kill, but not going to work out. Instead, it's Summer absolutely brutalizing them over at that banana position.
Oh, smack down. That was some coordinated aggression. Down mid at the top of Banana, in the apartments, peeking out of the window as well. That'll put Qualifier on notice. That'll make them a little worried moving forward. Not even checking for this as well. They get caught completely unawares. Quick and Jimka going down. Good crossfire set up all across the map by an aggressive defense, and that'll do it. That'll put Qualifier back onto the pistols. Like a P250 purchased by Boomich.
Now out of money, no armor or anything here. Should be a clean-up round here for the CT side. We'll get a kill on Summer, kind of overextended or maybe just staying a little bit too long there. But at the end of it, still just going to be him left alive. Picks up an AK, gets another kill on Attacker. Great job.
That's a good find. Again, at this point in the round, the name of the game that you got to start with is economic damage. Getting one more kill would be big. Seems like Flash Gaming has kind of woken up a little bit off that first round win. They seem a bit more confident in the fights they want to take. They enjoy having the nades. And Quick is making this interesting. Again, doesn't have the bomb, and he's taken down from behind.
Very interesting. That got way out of hand. I mean, if you've got 4 versus 1 like that, you wanna get everybody out alive.
Yeah.
He didn't even have any armor, so that's a bit disappointing. In Flash Gaming, I mean, just looking at the scoreboard, that has a decisive impact on what they can get in the previous in the coming rounds. Maybe not so much right now, but down the road it's going to matter.
Yeah, you put it like this: it's only going to matter if Qualifier can start winning some rounds again. Like, it could have an implication. At the moment, though, it's okay as long as they keep winning.
Yes.
Naturally. So 4-4, good recovery by Flash.
Now tactical timeout by Qualifier to try and figure out what actually is gone wrong. I would say one of the things that seems to be really lacking is they're not winning against Summer over at that banana position. He's a champion right now.
Yeah, he's had some good rounds. I think also that's going to be something where I think we'll see a slower paced round out of Qualifier to make sure they don't have any kind of those pushes down mid. Valina's still far back towards T-spawn, watching old mid, watching for that that window peek, I believe. Don't see that too often. But yeah, they're obviously made very nervous by the aggression towards Banana. There's Jim around the smoke. This is the guy you're talking about, Summer, and he's going to hold the angle. There's more, but he gets blinded, sticks around for too long. An easy way to neutralize an opponent that's playing well is a flashbang to the face. And the smoke's down. That's going to be a plant at the B bomb site. I think Flash is going to have to see if they can get a kill quick. Otherwise, they may decide to save, and Attacker's in good position.
That's very well done indeed. Decisive double peek and the flashbang to Attacker goes down. Casey will get one, actually, will almost getting it, not quite, and Waterfalls takes him down. And Lovely coming in just towards the end, so unable to really make a difference there. And just as things were looking very good indeed for Flash, they get reset, and I mean, they can still buy in this round, but now that lack of money is going to come into play really quick.
Yeah, it goes back to that couple of rounds ago, those 2 kills that were brought out right at the end by Quick. Couple players are going to be missing weapons. Actually, I think they're going to have a decent buy, all things considered. The one thing they're missing, and the reason why they can have this many M4s, is because KZ didn't go for the AWP. So he drops an M4 in lieu of that weapon. Spreading the love. There's Waterfalls peering up towards mid, pretty confident. Delayed flashbang and a peek for information. Carson's brought down to half HP by a Molotov, though.
Yeah, he had to escape, and weirdly, the rest of his team weren't really pushed up with him on Banana there, so maybe they were trying to set up for some sort of deeper play. Now they've got that classic boost going on, which is still, even to this day, very effective, even though people obviously should be checking for it every time.
Like pre-fire as you turn the corners, the Molotov for it as well.
Yeah.
Well,
Doesn't always happen.
No, doesn't always happen. Summer's going to rotate back over from the B bomb site. KZ's going to switch into the A site, so some rotations on the defense. Lovey on the balcony towards pit. QB fires posture that they have mid. Bracket control, but it's up to Flash to figure out how aggressive their opponents are being there.
Pretty deep smoke actually going into that bomb site. That's going to put them on notice a bit. Right now, at least the activity over here on A is keeping 3 members here, which means there's 2 on B. Waterfall showing himself a lot and almost goes down for it. And now they're making a rotation back. Is some are going to realize and start to make the rotation over? They're going to need help very soon. This is going to be a big attack on the B bomb side. Jimka leading the way, trying to see if he can just crack it open. One good shot. He's actually pre-firing that, just like you said, Moses. Attacker gets one. A second headshot going for more. The spray is in. Attacker with a triple. Oh. A quad kill comes through. He's still got a couple of bullets, and there's the ace. Oh my God! Attacker shutting down QB Fire. That is one hell of a defense.
That is a disgusting round. What a hold on that B bomb site. This is beautiful. It's perfect. Every single fight, immediate headshot, following it up with more. That is composure in the midst of multiple gunfights. An Attacker, 5 headshots, ace, 1 clip.
That is so beautiful. This is exactly why we watch Counter-Strike, isn't it? Just the composure every single time.
Yeah, to keep that up for 5 kills in a row, very impressive stuff, and puts Flash Gaming right in the driver's seat. Lovey's feeling it. That's the kind of play that'll make your whole team excited. More aggression down mid. This time, though, Attackers got caught. This is where Chinese players and teams kind of struggle. What's the good decision from here as everything crumbles and they can't figure it out? KZ, at that point, you almost need to just abandon Attacker and hope he can do something. Just tell him to go get his 1 kill and be traded off. Instead, they lose 2 for nothing.
This is one of those situations where, I think we talked about this yesterday on Inferno. Do you just gamble and say everyone A or B, and then if they come, maybe you win. If not, then you save the rifles, because we, the Flash, kind of need the money. They can't really rebuy. If they lose you 3 rifles, then that's it.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what you do, and I almost feel like that's exactly what they are doing, to be fair, as well. Summer's going to go for the kill one here, though. Oh, and I think Waterfalls gets saved by Boomich. A good find. They've got that kill. Are they going to continue the pressure on this A bomb site? This is the only opportunity for Flash to win, but on the other hand, this is where those 2 rifles are that they want to keep into the next round if that's what it comes to.
I mean, if they realize that someone's here, they can still rotate back to the B bomb side. They don't actually have to keep pushing, but they will move around the corner. This might be a huge mistake. The bomb is down, and suddenly it's a 2-on-2. They could have backed off. The smoke disappears over by Archie instead, and now Boomich trying to make its way through. Headshot from Casa comes in, and it's turned around. It's all gone horribly wrong, Moses. Now Jimka trying to see if he can make his way back through Arch to the B bomb side, but this is an absolute catastrophe for QB Fire.
Yeah, he's got his Nikes on, doesn't it? He's booking it over to the other bomb site as quick as possible. He's going to get this plant with about a second to spare. Karsa and Love both coming through CT spawn, smoking the choke point. That's quite nice. That'll buy him a little bit of time to calm the nerves down. And how do they want to handle this 2-on-1? This would be an incredible comeback into this round.
I think they're going to go for the boost up over first. This is a very good idea, just to get some sort of vision. They do have a Molotov as well that maybe they can use if they realize where he is. If Jimka shows himself too soon, the Molotov's going to be used on the other side instead, actually. Kind of fails a bit. Lovey going to be picking up a little bit of a tap on the bomb, and now Jimka starting to get into position. Oh no, it's a team kill in the middle of everything! And now time is running out, and there's the peek out. Jimka saving it. Almost an incredibly wasted round there for Qualifier, but somehow brought back. What a hero.
That's one way to win a clutch. That's really tough. I mean, you could tell that smoke allows Jimka to get over towards Banana, and Flash had no idea where he went. It's one of those scenarios where you almost feel like if you're Flash, you send the 4 HP guy just to run around and be loud as possible, make as much noise, attract attention, be the bait, because you know he's just going to get killed, and then your high HP player can find the 1v1, play it how he chooses to, but obviously not knowing that he escaped over towards Banana. So a good clutch, but a 2v5 turns into a 1-on-1 or a 2-on-1.
Very, very interesting. I mean, essentially, the big mistake there, if you're playing 2 versus 4 and you're starting to walk into a bomb site and you still got 45 seconds and you realize that somebody's there, just back off, go to the other bomb site. At most, there could be 1 player there, you know?
Yes, you're right. I mean, it's hard. I'm assuming in their minds they're like, all right, there's going to be 1 player at A and 1 player at B, and we'll just take the 5-on-1, right?
Yeah, but
obviously they ran into the stack. I think that's more just, even if you are running into that and it's a 5-on-2, you should still be coming out on top of that without that much damages.
Wow, now they're losing the pistols here. Lovey, Taka, KZ as well, taking down Waterfalls. They had everything going for them, but now it's Valina and Junker left, and they're not in a good space. Getting shut down. Actually, that wasn't even the deal. That was Casey on the other side, leaving Jimka 1 versus 4, and he can't save them this time. So Flash Gaming, I mean, they're starting to really come back into it now. They're gonna have the money, whereas Qualifier just straight won't. Nothing at all in the bank.
It's been a 5-2 run, and all of a sudden the tides turn because it's, you know, that round is pistols, not even armor from the Flash Gaming side, and they win that with a couple nice shots. Lovey opens it up, Attacker as well. They just clean things up, and now it's Qualifier that's going to be back onto the CZs. They force up into this round entirely, so they've spent all their money. And Flash, despite a slow start, I mean, they're looking like they can have a pretty good lead going into the second half.
Flash into the middle. A lot of grenades being exchanged here without the ability to return right now, Qualifier. It's not going to be easy. They go for the close peek here, and they win the fight. Boomich on one side, Valina on the other side, so still a favorable trade here for Qualifier. And now it's starting to get really chaotic because they're pushing back while on the other side, Flash are pushing into mid. KZ goes down. An Attacker gets shot in the face by Valina. I mean, this is an incredibly erratic round.
Well, we said it was going to be exciting. It's not always the best decisions, but just constant aggression, waves of aggression from Flash Gaming just being thrown against Qualifier. They hold on just barely. Summer in a 1-on-2. Kind of has got to spend some time, you'd think, going alt mid to grab that M4, but either way, he's got the UMP. Does have a Molotov, does have a kit. I think the idea is to try and flush out Valina and Pit. Nope, Molotov's going to go towards Graveyard. No one's there, and they now have an indication of where he's coming from. Counter Molotov to block the choke point. That might just seal it. He's got both players looking right at him, jumping over the boxes, going towards Pit. He gets that kill. He spins around. There's one more in the sight. It's Quick playing with him around the box. This kill's got to come fast, and there's a headshot. Oh, he runs out of bullets. The Deagle's out, the worst pistol for that scenario, and Quick saves it. Just barely. Another round Qualifier just narrowly holds on to.
1 health at the end. I mean, that's too much. But I mean, this is turned into just, you know, the wild, wild west here. I mean, I don't know what's happening anymore because Qualifier are pushing Banana. Then they decide, well, Casey and Attacker decide to push in behind them, which might have been a good idea. But then when Qualifier sort of come back, they just get swept up in that returning wave, and it's complete chaos. Like there's everything is just thrown out the window at that point.
I think there were 2 kind of problems with that push down mid. One is that there were 2 players doing it. One split to go alt mid, and the other one went straight down mid. So if you stay together and you both go down mid, you probably wipe out all 2 or 3 of those players. If you both go towards alt mid, you kill that one player, and then you have kind of control preventing them from falling back to the A bomb site very quickly. I mean, it's just madness, isn't it? Over towards the B bomb site, a really rough angle to get a multi-kill from, especially when that player peeks towards logs. But Flash is pretty fortunate in the sense that because they won that force buy a few rounds ago, despite losing the following round, since they salvaged weapons and they didn't have to really pay for a whole lot, they've got a solid buy here. And this is going to be a brawl towards the B bomb site as Flash Gaming just evacuating the mass utility usage.
Great use of grenades. I mean, so much damage being dished up, but Casey still taking down Boomich. So early advantage there. Attacker comes charging through, taking one. The spray is in. And Carter's still alive, barely. But he's going to get shot down from Waterfalls. This is absolute madness. Now the bomb is going to be going down. Waterfalls is in a 1 versus 2. And where does he go? They don't actually have a Molotov to sort of get rid of him. And he has one. Could be interesting. Going to go for a bit of spray here. Carter, Casey's almost going down.
Molotov, that actually restricts his move, but he's running right into his own flames. I think he was dead no matter what happened there, to be honest with you, fighting in his own fire. But a 2-on-1 win for Flash. So towards the end of this half, rounds just being traded. The past 6 rounds have gone back and forth, 6 or 7 rounds. But again, Flash have a pretty good opportunity to take that 1-round lead into the second half. This is a nice boost over to find that pick. Good find from KZ. Boomich overexposed, but this is just... That top banana fight is just no regard for tactic or strategy, is it? It's just we're taking this over.
It's very interesting, right? Because I think in a different world, some of these teams would have said, okay, we're not going to keep just doing this. Like, you know, it's too much of a coin flip. We want more control than we're getting currently. But it's been interesting. Great double grenade, putting Casey almost to death. This time, the banana fight's actually subsided. Interesting.
You like to see that, a little bit of calm on the map. Default kind of spread out from QB Fire. Very cool variation, the pre-nades into that window to take KZ down, force him back. And it's just patience from both teams. Probably one of the rare moments of patience and consideration from each of the squads in this game.
Yeah, they were off to a bit of an explosive beginning here, so...
And they haven't slowed down until just now.
Everyone needs a breath. I mean, we'll see what the pistol half of the second one is going to be, the pistol round in the second half is going to be like. Looks like it will be kind of tricky to make their way through. I mean, one thing's the weaponry, but they have one flashbang, one smoke here. QB Fire to try and make a breakthrough. We'll see how that's going to play out. The smoke is up in front of them with 40 seconds left, and they've already put out their own smoke, so they have to do something. Boomich goes down, Waterfalls next in line, and now seems to be unraveling. Quick barely gets a kill in, but they've lost Valina instead.
Lovey has found an edge around that smoke, and he's going to get taken out. Didn't realize Jimko was still in halls. K is all alone with low HP. The Molotov forces him away. He's got one wrapping around him as well. That's quick. He's going to get a second. Karsa wasn't able to handle him in the plant. It's got to be safe. It's got to be in the site, and that's a good decision. Summer is here, and he's going to find that kill, but he's down to 7 HP. Quick again. This 1v1, he's been spotted out and through the edge of the box. Summer gives Flash Gaming a 1-round lead at the end of the first half.
He's been winning some incredible rounds. He's really done a fantastic job, I would say, him and Attacker both. And that's going to be the first half done with. 8-7 in favor of Flash Gaming. That's not much of a lead. The pistol round's going to be massive here in the second half.
It really will. This is going to be a very, very interesting half. It's hard to always kind of say. We referenced it a couple times. Flash had a great T side against G2 yesterday, but it's really hard to say how that's going to pan out against a brand new team, especially one such as QB Fire that's kind of an unknown quantity. But you do have to say, both teams just headbutting each other essentially.
I think you had to take a measure of the level of Counter-Strike in some of these rounds. It's been fluctuating pretty heavily, but the overall level of entertainment has been incredibly high. I mean, it's really something. I'm quite excited to continue this now. Just want to see if they can keep the pace up, or if it is going to start to slow down a bit more. I mean, now it is kind of Flash Gaming that are going to be dictating the pace a bit more, and I don't know how fast they're going to be.
That'll be interesting as well. I mean, what they decide to do and how they're going to execute it. Yeah, I mean, you'd imagine with the kind of style that we just saw on their defense, they're really into trading. They like, flashing through in groups into choke points, kind of trading those kills out. Be interesting to see if they try and pull the op out on the T side as well. Freeze time countdown is underway. We are going to get live into the second half pistol round. Second round of the Swiss system. A couple of 0-1 teams going head-to-head.
Yeah, and this is important. It probably will only get more difficult from here on out from either of these teams. So pick up a win now, and maybe you could continue just a little bit longer. See, a lot of armor there on the Flash Gaming side, which I don't really mind. Block has become very good now.
Casey's got the CZ. Kind of surprised not using the armor, didn't drop it over. Attacker's handful. He wants to take that fight because he's got teammates there, but there's Valina to get the trade out, give him the equalizing kill. And even Waterfalls is waiting to see if anyone more is going to press. He spotted it out, and he still wants to be aggressive, and that's a mistake. Lured into that fight, and Attacker wins it. And Valina's going to come right back up into it, and Attacker's got more pressure. This is awkward. He can't fall back, and he's kind of frozen.
Attacker not going to back off from that one. Quick looking for it, but he goes down. Lovey will take him. Valina on the other side did win the fight eventually, but they still lose the B-bomb site, and that is going to be a pretty quick plant here. Jimka can't really stop it, and in the middle, Summer with a perfect timing, looking in the right way and taking down Valina. Now Jimka's got a lot of work to do. He's going to pick up one quick kill. That's so important, and he knows where both the players are, so at least he has that information, but he's out of time quickly here. Without the defuse kit, he's going to have to spend a lot of time fighting these two players. Lovey just has to stay alive, just buy as much time as possible. And now he's getting shot in the back as well. Jimka in so much trouble. He gets one. Now out in the open, and Summer's going to back around. This is so hard. All he needs is time, and Summer is going to take him down. Flash Gaming will pick up the round, and now I think they're going to have a pretty good lead.
You like the idea behind Jimka. You can see what he did. As soon as he spotted that player in the back left, he just went straight towards Banana. So in a weird way, he almost found an advantage in that situation because he found both one-on-ones that he wanted. Just not enough time, and wasn't aggressive enough, quick enough to really actually take that fight. It almost felt like he had to either take that fight at the half wall or just ignore the Banana and go straight for the other player inside the site. Not going to work out, but it's not the end of the world because Qualifier won their terrorist pistol round as well, so both teams splitting the pistols. And a good scout tag onto K's could indicate some danger for Flash.
You're always a bit more worried as a team when someone's already been put at 30. You know you're probably going to be up against some upgraded pistols to follow, so Cars has gone down, and now, I mean, this is pretty much how the first half started as well. Chaos all around.
I don't understand that play from Karsa. That seems like a very wasted life. He didn't gain anything from it. That was very much, he either gets the kill or he dies. And look at Boomich. He's flanked all the way around. He's got all the information. Attacker's waiting for this, and how patient is he actually going to be watching this flank? This would be a miracle. Boomich is going to be so frustrated that he's been spotted out, but I think Attacker started to look away just as he turned the corner. And because of that flank, Qualifier knows that the B bomb site is the only real site they can attack.
Yeah, they've left Valina and Boomich over on that side. 3 men stacked in B.
They're starting to break it up, though.
Yeah, why?
Second guessing themselves.
That's a big problem. They haven't, as far as I can tell, got any counter information that this wasn't going to happen, so probably going to be a little bit frustrated. Waterfall's back here. Can he stay alive and do some damage? He's got the right pistol for it if they get close, but he's going to get shut down quick by Attacker, who gets a second headshot, taking down quick. So 3 on 3, make that 3 on 2. Attacker still on the run, looking for more. He's already got one ace, and he's not going to get a second one this time. Stolen a little bit, and then the scout comes into play. Valina with a headshot, taking down Case, or maybe it was just a body shot, but either way, it's a one-on-one. Lovey's out there, and he knows it. Going to turn around, but not going to be quick enough. Gets a bullet to the face, and now Flash Gaming a little bit closer.
Much closer. Much, much closer. I'm not sure why Qualifier actually busted up that stack. I think it's because Boomich was forced away once he realized that they knew he was coming and couldn't really find any more information, just a little bit of nerves. But Flash Gaming really bailed out by great play from Attacker. 1 kill on the site to clear it out. 2 kills over the smoke towards CT spawn. Alleviates a lot of pressure. Qualifier is going to be forced onto just the USP and P2K. Although Valina did get armor. Could be a P250.
Why not? Every little bit matters, and he's playing close to the hallways as well. So you can definitely get some great fights in there as well if you're right at the edge. I don't mind that all that much. But he's going to be walking in first. Still wins the fight against Lovey. Picks up the AK. Now he's pretty much gone already. hiding inside of the smoke. That's a little bit annoying. Now they have to waste time doing that. They don't have a grenade or anything to get rid of him.
The funny part is the A bomb site is clear, but because of Valina's position, they may be scared to actually go that route. Karsa and K's, they got to be careful. They can't go rap side because the bomb on Summer is alone in mid. He's being flanked out. There's a big time limit on this. They don't get it. Almost a double spray down from Valina. Karsa and Summer not aware of the flank until just now, but the MAC-10 at that range betrays Jimkwa. And now Waterfall's the only one left in this flank, and he's going to get a kill long range with the USP. It's Summer, but Quick has been biding his time. He's going to pop up, and he can't find the kill immediately. Is it going to come out eventually? Yes! Somehow, Qualifier has pulled that one out.
All of these rounds, just when you think it's a pretty easy read, you know, rifles versus not so much, and then that still doesn't matter. 10-8, 19th round coming up here. Flash Gaming obviously going to be very frustrated at that one. And in spite of that, I'm seeing buys coming in here for the Chinese side. What are we to make of that?
Never give up, never surrender. I mean, I guess that's... They've been just going head-to-head, and I think that part of it could be frustration. This is one of those buys that can really kind of hurt you moving forward for your economy in the rest of this game. Attacker's having a phenomenal game. So Lovey has an AK-47. You guys will see it when we get out of the pause screen. CZs are being bought up on the rest, and AK on Attacker, so they're going to be fully invested into this for the most part. Karsa has about 1,000 remaining, and I think Summer maybe is going to save in case he wants that op later on. But obviously, this is just Flash saying they want to return this here now. At least keep the economy low for Qualifier. It's not a solid amount of money built up behind their buy.
No, you're absolutely right. And I mean, that probably is the main thing that they're wondering right now. Can we break them early on and just sort of skate on through? Leg shot comes in. Casey not happy about that one. He's going to be down to 16. Pretty standard setup, all things considered. Maybe the only difference is Valina playing a bit aggressive in hallways, which we don't always see. People have been complaining a lot about these CT hallways since the map was released, pretty much.
Yeah, they don't really like spam spots, as you can see. Valina got to be careful. You can see them considering shooting a few bullets and almost begging for someone to come through that smoke. Nade out, it's going to take Attacker down to about 60, but then he goes for the re-peek, and he wasn't prepared for them both to be waiting on each side. So an early pick for Flash, and there's the equalizing nade. You can see Kays eats it. Waterfalls had tagged him earlier with the AWP. And Summer still waiting with the bomb over towards the B site.
Karsa going to use the fact that the smoke was put up by the opponent to pick up the rifle, so, you know, not bad at all. Means they're going to be slowly scavenging more and more weapons here. Jimka's been left alone over on B. I don't mind that so much. 3 on the A-bomb side, but they are very low on utility here on the CT side. They're going to run out of defense soon. And what happens then?
There's only one smoke on Flash side of things, so Boomich is going to be tough to clear out. The jump up as well. There it is. Great job from Boomich, not committing too much. And now Karsa's the next one up, and Waterfalls almost gets caught with an 8 out, but he recovers in time. That should pretty much be it. Lovey and Summer, big job to do. There's an opening kill. Can he wrap? Waterfalls is going to be very uncomfortable, but Boomich bails him out from pit. And not really a whole lot to do here except try and take away 1 or 2 more weapons. Ooh.
Job done already, getting the one, looking for the spray, 8 seconds left, so round is done. I don't think he can win it from this point out. Last knife is out, he's trying to run it in, the AK's back, and now he's got 1 second, no more bullets, and Jimka's gonna come through, and the pistol's out instead. What in God's name is happening here?
I love it, it's so good.
It's like we said, certainly exciting Counter-Strike.
I'm a big fan of that knife attempt, Anders.
Yeah? You like that?
He was the one who went for it in the first half, too, I think.
If we were playing, was it Call of Duty you can throw your knife in, you know? Maybe he would have had a chance.
Don't play bad video games.
No, I don't know either. I mean, I should know, but... 10-9. Boomich up in the apartments for a quick look, trying to see if he can scout anybody out. They do have a lot of, or a couple of SMGs at least, so they've done the math. They realize Flash are going to be without any armor here. Good job on them. This game could go the full distance, I feel like.
It really could. You can almost see as well Qualifier with the SMGs trying to build up some bonus money. They know the economy is going to be such a deciding factor, as always, in Counter-Strike, but especially on Inferno. You need those nades, so I think some of that bonus money builds up and allows them to kind of build up a safety buy, so that if they lose, they can still afford to fight into the following rounds. And Flash, really struggling to do damage in this round so far.
Lovey's gone down. Casa alone over by the boiler room. And eventually they're going to get bored of waiting for him, surely. Can still be lethal with the C-set 75, but don't expect too much.
Yeah, this is a good setup from Qualifier. Obviously, Waterfalls here is going to be able to spot if he comes out boiler, and he doesn't have to commit when he gets that kind of information. Velina will have the time to react, and the bomb is down towards B. So it's all on Karsa to make his play. Not a whole lot left that he can do. Maybe just allowing his team some time to talk things over and figure out exactly what they want to do in the ensuing round. But again, because of that buy with the 2 AKs and the force up with 3 pistols, if they want to buy into this round, it's still not going to be very pretty. So I think Flash is going to decide to go for almost a half buy, allow Qualifier to get the lead here in the later stages, the final third of this match.
But this is big news right now if you're on the CT side. If they can get out of this round losing, hopefully no more than 1 or 2 players, definitely preferably just 1, then yeah, they're going to start to build a real bank, and that could save them towards the end here. Flash Gaming is definitely struggling. They are having a lot of grenades going to top Banana, and oh my god, getting completely bombarded. The FAMAS follow-up. Whatever plans they had trying to push this B bomb site, they've completely been exploded at this point. KC goes down as the last one, and this is perfect. Even better than we were just talking about. 5 members staying alive. That's a lot of bank now for Qualifier.
And they still have 2 SMGs, so, I mean, this is perfect for them because they can keep these weapons. They don't need to upgrade them. They still can get the bonus money if they get kills, and also the free upgrades to AK-47s if they were. This is essentially like a bonus round, super late in the half, isn't it? So scary situation for Flash as Qualifier is about to solidify their money for the remaining stage of this match.
Oh, improvised run boost. You have to love that over at the B side. That's why Jimka's that far up. He was running on a teammate's head. You could do that sometimes. I've always wondered if you would ever try and do it for real. Attacker does go down. That was Boomich picking that one up, and the other SMG could almost have followed that one up. Summer takes down Boomich at the end, so still a 4-on-4, but what could they do here, Flash Gaming? I feel like if they can't win this round, then Qualifier just might be getting a little bit too close.
Flash actually, they can't possibly know it at this point, but they had an easy route for a number of seconds into that A bomb site. It was only Velina with the SMG. He's given up his aggression. He's got to fall away before he gets punished. Quick is the only one at the car, top Banana. Molotov gonna force him away. Nicely done from Flash, and you can see what that does on the minimap. Waterfall's now rotating back towards B with the AWP because Quick was forced out of that position. He can gain no more information. He has no more control of Banana, so they just have to respect that a hit could come in.
There was a chance there. Some are identifying somebody in the corner, and we are starting to run the clock down uncomfortably low here. 35 seconds. When you get underneath 20, you really have to start to wonder, where is the bomb and what happens if somebody dies with it? Because then you might not have any more time really to play around with. 23 seconds as they start to make their way around quad, and there is a bit of a crossfire going on here. Velina gonna pick up 1 kill on Lovey, now jumping into the box. 16 seconds. They've taken down Jimka, and now he's alone on the bomb side, and they're wrapping him. Casey with a good shot there. Close range with the AWP, and Summers waiting for that one. Waterfalls, no chance at all. And the bomb is safely planted, so Quick. Don't think he can do a lot in this situation. He's gonna get the 1 kill in, but they should be able to hide almost indefinitely on this bomb site.
I can't believe he's actually going for this. He's feeling confident by all the money they had built up. He shot at from pit, and there's the peek out. I thought he was just going to grab the AWP and bail out, but he wanted to go for the heroics. Good round from Flash. Some spam coming out from Summer. Ooh, catches him right at the last moment. That's a very fortunate equalizer at the beginning of the last round.
It goes back to talking about why people were complaining about the hallways so much.
Yeah.
It's exactly that reason.
It all comes full circle, Anders. You love to see it.
Yeah, you gotta love that. Those walls are just paper thin, which is fine. For anyone now that we have the tactical timeout who's wondering, what is it about this thing shooting through walls? And it is a couple of different factors that play into it, but it's pretty simple to figure out. It's you know, thickness, angle, and material, and then obviously the gun that you're shooting with. They do have sort of different penetration levels, but that's pretty much it. So the material is especially important and very much overlooked by most people who play Counter-Strike. it makes an enormous difference if you're shooting through, you know, metal, wood, glass. I think glass is the most interesting one because it does so much damage to them. But yeah, think about it.
Yeah, and also a little bit of, I mean, just the knowledge of which walls are actually salvable as well, and where you can kind of get away from it and try and cheat a little bit of extra damage in there. Good find, as we said. Helps them get that opening that they needed, or the equalizer they needed. So double up setup is the switch for the CT side. I don't believe, Anders, that we have seen that yet from the Qualifier team. So Flash, a scary moment for them where they could get caught. And actually, they're very low on utility, the Flash Gaming side of things. They're already running low, so they're going to be hurt the longer this round goes on.
That AA, especially when you don't know it's there, if you hear one of them and make a choice based on that, and then you run into the other one, that's going to be ugly.
Look at the aggression down Banana, and the tough part now is 3-man stack for Qualifier on lane side of Inferno over towards this A bomb site. This can be so deadly. Although if Attacker and Karsa can have success coming out balcony, that would bust this up quite nice. There's the first op found towards Banana. No more control on that side of the map. It feels like Flash, they're gonna have to hit this quick, because Quick's already rotated over. Smoke down at the choke point, there's the first import. Boomich does all the work. Waterfalls doesn't even see anyone. The stack works brilliant for Qualifier. Flash again is just gonna get swatted away.
It's very unfortunate, but great work on Qualifier, and eventually they're gonna come out completely scot-free, nobody going down. This is, I mean, this is right when Flash were building their comeback, and now they have no money at all. They've been economically reset. The round loss bonus is back to 1,400, and it definitely shows on the scoreboard. This is an absolute disaster.
Yeah, this T side, they've only won one gun round. So losing that third was kind of a crutch, and it comes back to that, remember that one buy they had was 2 AKs and 3 pistols upgraded. Because of that, they had to give up an extra buy they might have had later on. So very tough scenario. You can see how that decision can just be so punishing. They do buy up 3 players into this one with pistols and armor. Same defensive setup for Qualifier. 3 players in lane, aggression towards Banana. Here are the flashbangs, the lead. They're gonna go through that smoke. No. They actually call the halt.
I'm surprised by that as well. Usually, if you're sort of already making your way around the corner, you are just going to continue. Instead, they flash their way through, not being able to catch anyone, which is a little bit annoying when you put that much pressure on. Boomich with a couple of good lineups there as well, taking a couple of kills and almost getting caught. Lena is there to save him, leaving Summer alone, and now being chased out of the smoke onto the apartments. He's actually going to get that kill on Jimka. That's at least impressive.
What can he do? Almost connects that shot. Gonna peek out towards Rap side, but Quick's already got the angle. 13-11. Qualifier takes the lead and pretty much, you know, takes complete control of this match down the stretch. It's gonna have to be another round that actually they could choose to buy here, Flash. They did it earlier, and this is almost a more dire situation.
They're starting to run out of that buffer. They at least had, you know, sort of a tight scoreline earlier, and we're looking within reach, but you can tell that Qualifier's economy is starting to build up significantly, and Flash Gaming just aren't having a very good time. That bang on Boomich there, almost 10,000 on him. That's definitely a big deal.
Here's a new spot for the op to be. How aggressive does he want to get? A lot of players in alt mid. Here comes Attacker. Missed shot. Actually, he can get pounced off behind as well, but he's got Valina there to back him up. Good setup from Qualifier again. We've seen a good variety of defensive plays at this A bomb site. And there's a pop flash through. He's gonna get 1 kill, and Valina's gonna handle it from the other side of things until Karsa takes him down. It is a 2-on-3, so there's some danger here. A missed shot. Unfortunately, the bomb is dropped in mid towards the Rap side corner. So Karsa and Attacker have to really get aggressive here.
Yeah, that's such a shame. That means they can't really switch the pressure onto the Qualifier team instead. Quick's going to show up and take down Karsa. Attacker now. No armor. And even if he has the CC, I don't feel like this is going to be working out for him. 45 seconds. Waterfalls is covering the bomb. Jimka's in the middle. Down in that Vietnam tunnel. Getting close now with 30 seconds, and somehow he wins the fight. But pretty good reaction, good trading going on. I feel like Qualifier just generally seem to be pretty good at having these 1-2 punches, even up at the apartments as we saw earlier.
Yep.
Doing a pretty good job at it. 14-11, and now it's getting dangerously close. Of course, Flash Gaming are going to be able to buy, but they've just not found the right formula here on the T side of Inferno yet.
No, they haven't. Well, part of it is you at some point you almost feel like you'd want them to. I think there's two things. You'd want them to pick up the pace and have a more aggressive strategy, more execute heavy with smokes and flashes bombing into that A bomb site, because you don't want those ops to have time to just kind of pick you off as you kind of try and gain map control, especially in a double op setup. They haven't done that yet, and I think down the stretch they've really kind of lost control of their own money. I think they've been kind of caught in this forced by hell, you could almost call it, where they've had a few rounds where they've been just on the verge of being able to buy, and they've gone for CZ armor, and those obviously haven't been too successful throughout this half.
Right now, topping the scoreboard for Qualifier is Valina and Quick, 23 and 22 kills. Rest of the team is not really that far behind. On the other team, it's Attacker and Summer, 26 and 21, and then the rest of the team is not that far behind. So it's not like we can sort of, point at any one player and say they're the main reason why this isn't working out for Flash or the other team. But still, you've got to wonder. Feels like Attacker has been doing so much work. Just a little bit more is needed. Then, well, Casey's pitching in now, taking down Quick at top banana.
Yes, but I mean, that's a really nice pickoff to have. You obviously can't cheat 4 players over towards A. What you really want now is to find a way to use your flashes, apply some pressure to Jimka, who's at the car still with an AWP, who's been a menace. You want to force him back so that actually Qualifier has to keep 2 players over towards the B bomb site. And for some reason, they are acting like there is that pressure being established to Banana, because Valina and Boomich are rotating over, and I think they just want to get aggressive and have a flank come. But this is a risky play.
Could you imagine if this actually works? They would look like absolute geniuses. Waterfall's going to find the AWP, and they almost run him down. No idea how he's still alive. It looked like that spray was going to be able to take care of him. Now, it's anybody's guess as what's going to happen. Lobby almost goes down to that shot. Waterfalls is really doing a fantastic job with this AWP. He's creating a lot of space for just one player. Now they're starting to rotate back. Jimka doesn't even get off the half wall there. Instantly gone to Attacker, and there's nobody else on the site who can defend it. The smoke is going to go up. He jumps right past, flashes in, sprays him. Valina runs right into that one. And now Boomich trying to do the best that he can. 23 seconds still on the clock. He gets shot in the face and has to fall back down. So bomb will be planted here. 2 versus 4. Surely they can win this. Lovey's also actually sneaking in from behind to take one of the kills, and that's a big play.
Yeah, Boomich just needs to bail out. Don't even take that fight. Oh, you wanted to grab the op and you wanted to bail out. Good round from Flash Gaming. They actually pulled that defense around. That big risk of the 2-man rotation over towards the B bomb site. They just got pulled between B and A a couple of times and could never really get comfortable. Didn't have a really good read on the situation. Obviously a nice job by Attacker. Awareness to spam into the smoke. 12-14, and the reason why I was so insistent that he wanted to just bail out and grab the AWP is because if you look at the money now, there's not a whole lot of it on Qualifier, and they no longer have that double op setup.
Yeah, deep hit to their economy. Waterfalls, gotta be very careful there. Casey's on the other side. Like I said, I think this T player almost always has the advantage in this kind of a battle.
A reset at this stage in the game for Qualifier, either one of these teams really would almost be deadly. Waterfall still just watching rap. Boomich boosted up, and Valina inside the bomb site.
So much creativity coming out right now for Qualifier, apart from the boost, but Attacker, I really feel like almost all of the rounds he's had some sort of major hand in. He's just an incredibly efficient player right now.
You buy that guy a good meal if they win this game. He has been stellar. He's at 29 kills at the moment, looking for 30 before the end. Brought down very low. And the crazy thing is Flash has done it this half. They're still in this game, and they really haven't done a whole lot in terms of controlling Banana, which you do normally feel is a good role. And the op misses the shot. Karsa is going to take him down, so a 4-on-3 scenario. And still, Flash has not picked where they want to go. Karsa spots one more, but doesn't commit to the fight, is content with the information. Summer and Kay is going to start pressuring the B bomb site. KZ, sorry. Jimk was on his way back. Can he get there in time?
Hard to imagine that he could. An Attacker actually going to be sneaking in, taking care of Boomich. That's incredibly annoying now. Jimka trying to get through. He only gets the 1 kill. Just so many targets on the other side. He gets dropped, and now 1 versus 3 with 18 seconds. Quick can't even just rotate over to take any fights. He has to worry about Attacker who was lingering on that side. So very uphill battle right now. And this was pretty much all of QB5's money put into the round, so I don't know. I was sure that QB5 were going to run away with this game, but now it's up for grabs again.
It did look like it, didn't it? All of a sudden, Flash started finding some entries. They've taken that double up away, and Quick cannot lose this gun. He's just got to hide, no reason to peek. He's going to search for it, though, and he is going to find it. That puts Attacker over 30. That gives him 31 and 23 on the game so far. An impressive performance, and follow up by Summer with 22 kills. On the other side of things, it's Valina with 23, Quick with 22, and Jimko with 20. But this is just impressive. Just control the spray there. And now it gets tough. It's going to be at least one save round from QB5. And that'll even things up at 14-14.
Very well done. I mean, this is obviously something that people have talked about for a while. Attacker definitely being one of the Chinese players that people were excited about, could go very far. And right now, he's definitely showing big promise here in this game. 13-14. They just need a tiny bit more, and maybe they can make the full comeback.
Listen, Flash lost one of these rounds earlier, the third round that QB5 was able to take away from them with essentially nothing. They're going to get a good start. Summer committed to that fight instead of falling back blind, just spraying the angle. That gives a man advantage over. Thankfully, Karsa is taking over the B bomb site, and that might be the saving grace. He's going to push more, and he's going to gain more ground, but Attacker is still on a tear. On top of the box again, that really cuts off the rotation.
Did they just tower peek the middle? I'm not even sure that's a real thing. They did it anyway.
Brings a tear to my eye. Oh, this is actually all of a sudden dangerous. How have they actually turned this around and give themselves a man advantage? Quick and Boomich are low, but there's an opportunity.
Taking a bit too many fights, maybe feeling confident that the round had already been won. Big mistake. Got to be careful about that. There is no kit picked up right now on the CT side, and that's going to make a big difference. KC hiding in the back. He's going to get dropped as well. Do they have the time? I think they do if they're quick about it. Couldn't really find the bomb right away, but what an unbelievable turn of events here. I mean, just so many fights as they were behind the smoke, didn't really need to put that much pressure on, and that might have just given the whole game away. 15-13.
It did exactly that. That can't happen. I'm actually stunned that they were able to find a way to lose that round after they took the B bomb site in the post plants.
They really had to go look for it as well.
Yeah, they really had to. You hate to see it. That's crushing from what otherwise has been, you know, a stellar individual performance and a good comeback. I mean, they were stumped for a lot of this game. Still a chance, though. They just have to fight for overtime now. Lovey very, very worried about the bomb site. Not watching his flank. Tough to kind of decide at that position in the game. But either way, 15-13 instead of 14-14. That plant at least is going to help Flash Gaming get some nades. They'll have an op on the field as well. So the extra $800 is going a long way.
Those kinds of mistakes. I mean, every team has made them at one point or another, but for a tournament as large as this one, you don't want it to be right now. And they know it. I mean, you know it the minute it happens. You realize, no, you know, all we have to do is not really move, and we would have been fine. Lovey goes down to Waterfalls, aggressive push into middle with a smoke up at his right-hand side, almost pretending there was a wall there, and then getting that shot. Very well done. And now they can fall back and play a lot safer. I really like this from QB5. That's a decisive way to try and close out this game.
It really is. Getting the confidence, going aggressive, catching Flash off guard. Again, Attacker's going to have a lot of work to do in this round to find an opening for his team. KZ looking towards B bomb site with that op, but nothing's peaking. They're very content to just sit back with this man advantage. It's on this play. What's up, down. Let's force Melina away from the off angle, drops him into pit. There's the smoke. Doesn't want to jump through that. Melina just wants to make sure it doesn't wrap around to the left. A lot of utility used there on the defense over towards Halls.
KC just pushing top banana alone with the AWP. I mean, Karsa's now starting to catch up to him, but could have been a little bit worrisome. Under 40 seconds now. Bomb is all the way back. What is going on? Waterfall's falling asleep. That peak was really wide, but still didn't look like he moved at all. Valina gets the kill and return on Attacker, so what's going to happen now? Boosted up as Jimka. Are they going to peek him? They've checked that position many times, but if they don't this time, it's going to be a disaster. The spray is him. Jimka gets them both, and Summer is going to be alone 1 versus 3. 15 seconds, trying to put the bomb down. The spray is almost on him. But now he's trapped in the corner, and they're coming in from every angle. He has to win this round, otherwise they're going to be 0-2 in the group, and that's going to be a really tough situation for Flash Gaming. Sneaking in, Summer goes down, Valina wins the fight, and 16-13, QB Fire move on. And now at 1-1 scoreline. That was really an incredible match.
That was incredibly fun, incredibly entertaining. A great battle from Flash, a great battle individually from Attacker. But you had it. You had everything you wanted if you're Flash, and you're going to walk away from this with that sinking feeling, because you lose the third round against essentially USPs, maybe a couple upgraded weapons. You lose that round late. I think it was the 27th round to basically just USPs and unarmored pistols, and you can't have both of those